What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you another brand new video. Super pumped about these. These are a brand new pair of Adidas Copa Pure Elites. Let's get into this brand new unboxing, on feet, and review. Alright guys, so before we begin, you know the drill. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, take care of those three things. It truly does help the video out. And let's get into this limited edition version release of the Copa Elite Firm Ground. So these are the Copa Pure, as they call them, the Copa Elite. And they are the brand new third generation of the Copa Pure. And honestly, I haven't really been interested in this review, or in this boot, I should say, for a while. But with this release, I thought they were a very, very compelling offering from Adidas, and it's something that I wanted to take a look at. And I managed to pick them up in the limited edition teaser version with the white, black, and gold colorway, and you get a really unique box. You can see it's got Copa on one side of the box. It has Adidas football. It has the big Adidas logo on the top, and it's just a very, very premium packaging. I didn't expect this when I released them. So let's unbox them here. So it's a lid style box. I got to take the lid off here, and it's very unique. It's honestly like a storage case. Like, you would be very, very smart for keeping this box. Inside, you just get a little bit of information with those two cards there. You get a matching string bag here, so it says Copa on one side. It's white with this sort of gold flicker finish. Here you have the Copa Pure branding with black strings. There's a pocket inside with a zipper. So it's very nice that you get that premium string bag. And now with all new Adidas releases, they have the Adidas football paper, which is pretty cool. And they wrap each boot individually. So let's get these boots out of the box. So we'll go over the upper here, we'll talk about all the tech specs, we'll slip them on feet, and we'll do a full-on review of this Copa Pure 3. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the upper. This is the FusionSkin upper that Adidas makes, where they have the leather forefoot area, and they call it FusionSkin because it sort of fuses into a synthetic material as you work your way towards the back portion of the boot. So you're supposed to have kangaroo leather in the forefoot, giving you a little bit more of a premium padded feel. You can definitely get that sensation. It's not a super thin leather. It's a leather that has a lot of padded sort of feel to it underneath. And if you're someone that's interested in a really pure kangaroo leather upper, but you want that sort of padded feel on the ball, this is going to be right up your alley. And then it fades into a synthetic, which is why they're calling it FusionSkin again, to give you that sort of lockdown and modern fit that you're going to want in the midfoot and obviously heel portion of the boot. You have an internal heel counter on this one. It's got a padded sort of foam on the instep of the heel. You have a control frame for the sole plate. So internal heel counter, my preference is usually external heel counters. I just like the way the boot fits overall and how it flows from heel counter into the sole plate. On this model, it still works really well. They've just wrapped the material around, giving you an internal heel counter, and you have the control frame for a stud pattern. So I'm a big fan of this stud pattern. They are mostly conical studs. You have 4 conical studs in the heel. Most of the studs in the forefoot are conical as well, just barring these 3 here. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. My preference is always conical studs. Just allows you to pivot. This is the firm ground version of the stud pattern, but you can also go for an artificial ground version if you solely play on turf. If you play on modern fields that are really, really good quality turf, you could probably get away with the firm ground version. That tends to be my preference, at least. And then when you're on a natural grass surface, these work really well, obviously. So that's pretty much the sole plate, and you have a prime knit tongue material. So it is a one-piece boot. It's not a separate tongue. The middle here is a prime knit material, so it does give you sufficient stretch in this area so you can get the boot on, but then you do have obviously that one piece enclosure just wrapping your foot nicely, and you have obviously the laces to customize the fit and really get those to perform with the necessary lockdown that you need when wearing this football boot. So that is pretty much the upper. Overall, I think it's a really solid release. It really reminds me of the Adi Pure that Adidas came out with in the 2005 or 6 year. It was around that time where they came out with the Adi Pure, excuse me. This is sort of taken on that heritage, if you will, offering a classic leather padded feel in the forefoot. No nonsense with the laces. The laces are just a central lacing system. They're not doing anything fancy. They're not trying to provide you with extra grip on the ball. It's just going to be a very modern fitting take on a classic leather boot, which is what the Copa Pure is all about, which I think they've done really well here. So if you're someone that wants a classic feel, you're not interested in all the gimmicks or all the sort of modern tech that they're going to put on an upper, you're not overly interested in a boot being super lightweight, this is going to be right up your alley. It's like that modern generation of the Puma King. Central lacing system, padded leather forefoot, really soft feel overall, but this is just giving you that super modern feel through the midfoot and heel because of that one-piece construction, and I really think that Adidas did a super good job here. So let's head on over to the turf so we can talk about fit and feel. Slipping the Copa Pure on feet for the very first time, it's exactly as I expected it to feel. It really does remind me of a modern Copa Mundial. It's an Adi Pure. It's really a modern take on that kind of boot. Padded leather forefoot in the toe box area, really modern fit through the midfoot and heel, central lacing system, one-piece upper construction, prime knit material through the tongue area just to make sure that you can get your foot in. No nonsense with the laces. You can dial the fit to what you want. The heel feels really good. I like the way they've cut the shape of the heel. It fits my foot really, really nicely. And you do have that little bit of padding in the heel as well to help with some lockdown and just gripping the sock. And overall, it fits really, really well. The control frame is a great addition to this boot because you have a modern sole plate, just giving the boot its sort of foundation. And overall, I'm really, really impressed with it. In terms of fit, I would describe this as a medium fitting boot. The toe box area is that sort of kangaroo leather area, so I do suspect that that could soften up quite well. It may even stretch. The midfoot and the heel area will definitely not stretch over time. They will soften up, but that will not budge in terms of its fit. The toe box area could stretch ever so slightly, but I would describe this as a medium fitting boot. My wide feet do fit into them thanks to that prime knit tongue area, but again, it just offers a very snug feel through the midfoot. In terms of sizing, Adidas is always quite consistent with their sizing, so again, go true to size if you're interested in these for yourself. And that is my review of the Adidas Copa Pure 3. Let's send it back to the desk to wrap the video up. So there you have it, guys. There's my review of the Adidas Copa Pure 3. Overall, I think this is a very, very interesting release. Again, it's the first Copa Pure in several years that I'm interested in, and I think it's the first one that the mass majority of people will actually take an interest in as well. If you want that padded leather forefoot and you want a modern feeling boot, if you were a fan of the Adi Pure 20 years ago, this is right up your alley. And you're definitely seeing more pro player support as well. I find these are being worn by a few more players in recent times compared to the past several years. So this really is a good looking Adidas Copa Pure 3, and if you're interested in them, go true to size. I don't think you'll be disappointed in a very classic take on, or a very modern take on a classic boot is what I meant to say. So that's my review of the Adidas Copa Pure 3. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I always get an answer out to you. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. I'm Mike McIntyre, all things sports. I'll catch you guys in the next video. So then, take care. Peace.